What's also unfortunate is our first batch of articles. Now, several of you tagged me in this video from a content creator named Tony.
After the last loss.
And he has some things he wants to talk about. You guys, I guess, wanted me to respond. Like, if you guys ever find an interesting video, feel free to tag me, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Several people tagged me. And this gentleman, this content creator right here is going viral, probably for all the wrong reasons, but he has something he wants to get off his chest. And basically, he's blaming the downfall of gaming, which is a stupid argument in itself, because we talk about that all the time on this stream. Matter of fact, there was a tweet I retweeted the other day.
Although not as loyal as Amy's dumbass.
Right here. Where's it at? If you don't enjoy gaming this year, shout out to Black Wizard and Yasuke with the sub. Appreciate it. If you don't enjoy gaming this year, you might need to find another hobby. And this is not even all the games that came out this year. There were a ton more that's not even listed here, bro. I feel like a lot of times when people have this take about gaming being dead, it comes from the standpoint of multiplayer games. And even that's not true. You guys just have closed minds. It's a tired argument that we're going to keep defeating. But yeah, he says gaming is dead or it's in a bad state. And is it because of the economics of games? Is it because of loot crates? Is it because of bad business practices, cash grabs? Like what's that game that nobody's talking about that I told you was going to die really quickly? Oh, Skate. Is it because of bad business practices when it comes to games, the economics, who owns these companies, just nickel and diming the consumer? No. This gentleman, this content creator right here, and I don't think this is rage bait, by the way. He says gaming is dead because of women. Now, I'm just going to let you hear from the horse's mouth, and then I'm going to respond to this so I can get a bunch of views on YouTube, because this is easy.
My rank game, I'm going to say something super controversial. I don't care. Agree, disagree, get angry. I don't care. Go to hell. Y'all want to know what genuinely has made the gaming experience worse? More and more women coming onto the game. Yes, I'm saying that. I'm making that known. I am saying...
Now, when several people tagged me in this, the moment I heard that, it didn't make me mad. I just laughed. I was like, let's hear out what he has to say. I'm gonna let it rock for a little bit.
That the more women who play video games are making video games worse. They are making the experience worse. And here's why. Video games for the longest time was a primarily male-dominated hobby. That means that men are gonna act like men. They're gonna act like males. Because it's mainly been males. Just like if you go to a fucking sewing.
So I'm gonna tell you the first problem with his argument. It's very clear that he's taking the angle of gaming is dead because of women based off his concept of what gaming is. He perceives games to mainly be multiplayer. We're not even talking about single player games, but it's very obvious he's taking the angle. He's talking about multiplayer gaming, which once again, this is why I'm so sick of this fucking conversation, bro. These motherfuckers who only play free to play live service games because you guys are broke have these very strong opinions about the greater gaming industry when it's not true. This is one of the greatest years in gaming, bro. This is up here with like 98, like 2012. There's been so many fucking bangers. What are you talking about? But I'm going to let it rock some more.
For example, that's a primarily female dominated industry. So the women are going to talk amongst other women like they would talk with women. They're going to act like women. Now, why do I believe that women coming into gaming is ruining gaming? Because they're acting like women and they expect men to act differently. Now, why am I going on this whole...
So I'm going to pause the video right here because this right here is where I knew that this dude was a virgin loser. Normally I don't do this. Normally I just attack the argument, but this dude's a fucking dweeb. The reason being is what he just stated right there is, for those not understanding, he's saying that before women started playing games, which is a lie in itself, it's always been like 60-40, like in the 90s, early 2000s. There's always been more women gamers than people like to perceive. But even today, like an article just came out, I covered it like a month ago. It's 50-50 now. But women have always had a strong presence in gaming. So like, that's not true, first and foremost, that it's been male dominated. A lot of y'all just made them uncomfortable. So maybe they didn't cut on their mic. Or a lot of y'all games that women play, you don't perceive them to be real games. A game like, I don't know, like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, like chicks will play that shit. Or The Sims and niggas will be like, oh, you're not a gamer. Or even like mobile games. Yes, guys, if people play mobile games and they play them frequently, they are a gamer. You do not have to like it. That means they are a gamer. So women have been much more prominent in gaming than you would like to perceive. But I'm going to attack the argument anyway. The problem with this argument is it's very obvious when I heard this shit, because I watched this before I even started this stream. It's very obvious that he's a red pillar. He listens, and specifically he listens to Fresh and Fit, which is in itself. That talking point that he just made is an exact talking point that I heard from Fresh and Fit on several different podcast clips that I've seen on the internet, where they were talking about the workspace. They were arguing that women shouldn't be in the workspace in the United States because back in the day when it was primarily just men in the workforce, we didn't have to deal with the concept of sexual harassment or the dynamics of dealing with a woman, because before it was just the bros at work and we could talk any other kind of way we want. And that's why they were saying women shouldn't work. He's saying the same exact thing. He clearly listens to Fresh and Fit, so he is a virgin red-pilled loser. It's a terrible take. Because also the problem with your take is you're under the perception that I think like you. Nigga, you don't speak for me. And I'm gonna be honest, this is very disappointing because this is another black man. And y'all know I don't like to down tier black people, but nigga, you gotta get this work. You are a fucking incel, dude. What are you talking about? Gaming is in a terrible place because we have to adhere to the women's feelings. First of all, nigga, mute your mic. Second, in the beginning, he was talking about Marvel Rivals, right? I'm sorry, I played Marvel Rivals heavy when it first came out. Most of the matches that I lost was because of sensitive ass bitch ass niggas like you, bruh. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? I'm not saying there aren't any women that don't overreact on the game, but there are just as many emotional ass males in ranked matches that threw a match because you picked a character they wanted or you're not playing a style that they like or X, Y, and Z. So for you to get on Betty White's internet and sit up here and be like, oh man, I can't get a win in fucking Marvel Rivals because the girls don't like the way that I talk to them when I get on the comms. First of all, we didn't even see how you, because you might have been a fucking dickhead, bro. But I'm gonna keep letting this rock. This is a terrible argument.
Right. I just had a woman throw a game because me and everyone else on the team was asking her, how did you die in your cloak and dagger ult? They didn't have any ult counters. We weren't flaming. We were just genuinely curious because there's no way that she should have died. She took this as an attack, decided to go Adam Warlock, and then threw the game. I promptly also said, I shouldn't have said this, but I don't care. I also said, well, I mean, of course, I forgot. That's my apologies. I forgot that I have to talk to you like you're a woman and talk to you like you're a child. And then
it's so disingenuous and terrible because it goes back to what I said. In most multiplayer games, first of all, let's use your logic against you. Let's say, even though it's 50-50 and we have the data, let's say it's 70-30 and gaming is a predominantly male-dominated space, right? If most of the space is dominated by men and a lot of your matches are getting thrown by emotional losers, that means statistically, most of the people who are throwing the matches are men. And instead of just getting up here and being like, yo, I was in a horrible match in Marvel Rivals where this person threw the match because they didn't like the way that I spoke and I felt like they were too sensitive. Then I'm like, you might have an argument, right? But you can't put that all on women. And it kind of like it goes back to what somebody just said in the chat. It was like, it goes back to what people be talking about, like this male loneliness epidemic. A lot of y'all are lonely because you are fucking losers. This is a loser take, man.
Needed to throw harder, whatever the hell that means. And now, agree or disagree if you want. Women don't know how to take accountability. Argue with a wall. I watched the replay. She died because she walked out of her ult. I watched it, it's clipped. But because we wanted to know how she died, and I guess she just took it as an attack, she threw the game. If women are gonna play video games, I'm not saying that they need to act like men, but they need to understand how men communicate. And if not,
you know, the irony of this entire video is the gist of his argument is women shouldn't be allowed online to play games in ranked spaces because they're too emotional. Guys, if you get on the internet and record a 2-minute video about how women are emotional and that's why I'm losing the game, nigga, you are the bitch. This is an emotional thing to do. It's completely illogical. What the fuck are you? And you know the worst part is, and this is why I love TikTok. Have you guys ever had this on TikTok where you'll see a video from one person's perspective and then like you'll scroll a few more times and you'll get the other person's perspective? Because I scrolled about 5 times on my For You page after seeing this dumbass video, right? And thank God, this is why the algorithm of TikTok is great. It sent me a video of a nigga exposing this dude. Hold on, y'all.
they are making the experience worse.
Hey, bro, is this women
Apparently that's all. Look at this nigga's record, bro. All losses. Apparently this is the women's fault. You suck, nigga.
Hey, bro. I even found the game you were talking about.
Right, like this is another part. I remember this shit. If you play Marvel Rivals and you say it's the women's fault, we're gonna pull the footage up. And this nigga is petty. Shout out to this dude, the real Ephraim. This nigga went and searched his name and pulled up the footage on your ass, bruh. We on you. In a game
where neither of your DPS go some type of anti-dive, where Namor isn't banned, I might as well go at him. What's even funnier is not even a couple seconds into the match. For some reason,
you got Spider-Man pulled in the Big 25 off the fucking map, bro. That shit that should have stopped after like season 1, bro. You are ass.
I'm assuming you're spending your time typing instead of playing the game, or I don't know, not leaving Jasmine to solo heal. You came back at 3:42 and AFK'd in spawn till 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Give me a break.
He was typing in the chat.
Watching this game in slow motion is even funnier. Alright, surely you'll hit a skill. Nope. Alright, will you react to this ult? No. And I actually saw the ult where Jasmine died. She overwalked where she was supposed to be and then just perished. And after that, the fight kind of fell apart. But you know what would have saved you guys? Maybe not spending an entire team fight worth of seconds inside of spawn as Black Widow. You might have 40 seconds.
Yeah, like why did you have a Black Widow on the team? What the fuck?
Instead of 10. In second half, y'all blame Adam Warlock, even though Thing 1 and Thing 2 jumped off the map first. Then the other support goes Spider-Man. I think that this is by far one of the worst cop-outs I've ever heard. And what's even funnier is the same people that are telling you that you're wrong are the same people in your games gapping your shit. I am saying,
guys, you guys got to stop getting on Betty White's internet. I'm not saying there are no women on Marvel Rivals that haven't thrown a game and overreacted. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. But what I am saying is it is completely illogical, stupid, and sexist to hop on Betty White's internet and say the reason I lost the game is solely because of women, and women as a whole are fucking emotional. When you said it yourself, I'm using your words against you. You said it yourself. The majority of gamers are male. It's a male-dominated space, which means the majority of bad games that you've had has been due to men. Just say you had a bad experience with that person and keep it going. Now you look like a fucking idiot. And by the way, thank God, the comment section was eating his ass up. I don't know if y'all can see this shit. Oh, shout out to Gina. She in the fucking chat. That's fucking funny. They said, is this you sitting in the... They are destroying his ass in the fucking chat, bro. This man said, go to hell. And this is what I said, man. This male loneliness epidemic. I'm like, I don't know. I've never had no problem. I think some of y'all are dead ass losers. Y'all take these games way too seriously. I also think the problem with Marvel Rivals is still present is this engagement-based matchmaking. It has made a lot of y'all think y'all are better at the game than you actually are. And then what happens is you end up getting on Beyonce's internet and making a fool of yourself because your ego is so inflated. You just can't believe that you got outplayed by a better team. Your default is to go to, it's got to be the vagina on my team. It's got to be. You guys are fucking dweeb. This is the first time I feel like where I've responded to somebody. I'm like every other time, like, yo, I'm just, you know, debating the argument. Like, nigga, you are a loser. Like, this is virgin shit. I don't know how old you are. You definitely old enough to know better because you got a 5 o'clock shadow. So you do shave. You are an adult. You are a grown man. And all I'm asking for y'all is to have some grown man takes. You just got outplayed. I understand you was frustrated, but if you wanted to be a content creator, you might have fucked yourself over because this is the first time that like I've ever seen you. This is going to be the first time a lot of people have seen you because a lot of your other content isn't doing too well. You're going viral off of this type of stuff. And you have to understand this is a first impression people have had of you. And it's an awful fucking take, dude. You suck. It is what it is, man. Man, looks like you just dog water. Algorithm's going to permanently cook him or some shit like that. The real question is, are we still getting mad when we take an L on a video game? I get it. I get frustrated when you take an L at a video game, but it's not that deep where I felt like I had to get on the goddamn internet and be like, bro, these bitches need to get back in the fucking kitchen because ever since they left the kitchen making me sandwiches, I haven't been able to win. Well, we have your record. We have your fucking... They posted in the group, the comments. We have your record. Was it nothing but women on these teams too? It's crazy too because your stats outside of maybe 2 games have been horrible. You had 22 and 27 on limb, so you had a decent game right there. But the rest of these games, you was getting your fucking scalp pushed back, nigga. Your ass. What are you talking about? We got the stats on you, buddy. You're just not as good as you think you are, and it's okay, man. At the end of the day, it's a video game. I can't stress enough too. Most of you guys are not making money off of these video games. You're just playing for fun. You're playing to challenge yourself, but don't get out of pocket. Don't let these games take you out of character, because then what happens is, instead of walking it off and cooling off, you end up on the internet saying something that could honestly fuck you over in the long run, because you don't think an employer will see this dumbass shit. This is why I hate having to do this to a brother, man. You don't think an employer will see this and be like, well, you don't think women should be playing video games? Well, we don't think you should be working here. That can 100% happen to you. It's fucking stupid. But besides the consequences, it's just a dumb thought process, man. We got to dig a little bit deeper. We got to start looking inwards. Maybe review the gameplay. Maybe take a break from it. Especially because like this game has been on the decline. I saw an article that they lost 85% of their player base. They're averaging about 80 to 100,000 players. Like, this game is a dying game. Like, nigga, you just damn near killed your whole fucking career over a dying game.
The last loss.
Now y'all both dying. Make it make sense. So, fellas, I can't stress this enough. This is how we're going to wrap this one up. Before you get on the internet and just blame a group of people because you're bad at a fucking video game, or you might not even be bad, you just had a bad game. Before you hold that camera up to your face and say something stupid, ask yourself, will this be beneficial to me in the long run? Will these temporary feelings permanently damage me? Also, is my thought process fucked up? Also, have I been watching too much Fresh and Fit? Because like I stated earlier, what he just said was a Fresh and Fit talking point. He is clearly a virgin red-pilled gamer. The male loneliness epidemic is a myth. A lot of you niggas is losers. I said what I said. I've been said on this stream plenty of times. A lot of Gen Z women are fucking with millennial men. It is not a male loneliness epidemic. It is a Gen Z male loneliness epidemic. And it's because a lot of you niggas are fucking weird, bro. You guys are fucking weird. You don't know how to fucking communicate with people. You don't know how to emotionally regulate yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't be up on the fucking internet saying this dumb shit. You niggas is broke. You're not getting your money up. You blaming everybody else. And a lot of the Gen Z women is fucking with the millennial men. Nigga, I got one. I'm the fuck down. It's a game, dweebs. Give him the fraud watch button. Where's the emotional intelligence? I just couldn't believe. I saw this is free views right here, bro. And if he ever sees this video and you respond, I won't respond to nigga. We don't care. Hopefully you do better, my brother. I hate I had to do it to a black man, but I'm not gonna lie. You are not beating the Smash Bros. Allegate. You got the Smash Bros. Haircut. Like, you're not beating the allegations, bro, of the stereotype with gamers. He looked like he played Sparking Zero. I'm not gonna lie. He looked like he played Sparking Zero. The pandemic has done irreparable damage type shit. Easiest clip I've ever seen. All right, next topic. Yeah, shout out to this dude too, the real Ephraim for pulling his motherfucking stats up. That shit had me dying, bro. That shit had me dying. We in a coon-demic. In other news, let's get out that shit. You could be flawed, but I don't know how people can understand. Watch what you say. Attention, man, it's a drug. It's a drug. In Battlefield news, Battlefield 6 adds a new casual mode, and depending on who you are, you might feel, or you could feel. What does this mean? With Battlefield 6 progression being more grindy than anticipated, given the game's insane assignments and challenges to unlock key items for each class, it's unsurprising to see that many players have set up bot lobbies with the sole intent of farming for XP and making short work of specific assignments. Yes, for those unaware, people have been doing that. People make custom maps with custom game modes. Like, I know there's like a zombies one where the zombies just run at you like brain dead. They don't even really challenge you, and you could just kill them all, sit in the lobby by yourself and upgrade your weapons. People have been doing stuff like that. Unfortunately, DICE pushed back hard on this, as it essentially killed bot XP farming in Battlefield Portal. This is a move that many community members are unhappy about, as some prefer playing with bots over the regular multiplayer experience. The developers have rolled out a new breakthrough variant that aims to cater to that, though I'm unsure whether this is the correct path to take. Basically, they're saying it's just too hard to level up. Which they've addressed this. They put out a patch and they gave more XP per game. I've been playing RedSec a little bit, and I feel like I'm upgrading. I'm leveling up pretty quickly, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is the Call of Duty brain rot mindset that's kind of been brought over to this game. I am a little worried about Battlefield 6. I feel like they're catering a little too hard to the Call of Duty community, and they just continue to keep making this game more and more casual. I'm not saying I didn't want more experience to unlock stuff. I felt like the patch was okay, but I don't know. How y'all feel? Do y'all feel like it was still moving too slow? Because at the end of the day, there's not going to be a bunch of goofy shit in the game, so they have to have a reason to keep. I understand both sides. They have to have a reason to keep you on the game. You can't make it too easy to unlock stuff, because if you unlock stuff everything within a week or two, you'll probably get off the game. But then if it's too grindy, it's going to make you not want to play. I feel like outside of getting the challenge weapons, you level too fast now. They lowered the requirements for most of the challenges in the season. That's what I'm saying. There was a patch, they already addressed this. And I feel like after that patch came out, I was leveling up like every other game in RedSec. I feel like I was leveling up really quickly. In an announcement over at the Battlefield Twitter account, the developers introduced the arrival of Casual Breakthrough, which is a mix of human and bot players that offers a more relaxed version of the mode. So basically kind of like Titanfall, not tradition, but attrition. I agree. However, some of the challenges I do think need some tweaking. But other than that, the game is fine. I can see that, like maybe specific challenges.
Hi, I'm Commander Shep.
100,000 headshots could be OD.
Resubscriber on the Citadel.
Shout out to Black Sage with the sub. Per Dice, we understand that sometimes you want to jump into Battlefield, but without the intensity of full PvP lobbies. To create a more relaxed way to play while still earning progression and completing challenges, we're introducing Casual Breakthrough. And this new mode is now live in the main menu under the multiplayer tab. In Casual Breakthrough, there are 32 players in total, 16 per team, with 8 players on each side. This means that half of the soldiers you interact with in this mode will be bots. When it comes to progression, players will earn career XP, weapon XP, battle pass XP, and complete challenges. However, to prevent abuse, the mode will offer full XP from real player actions and reduced XP from bots. So if you farm bots, you're not going to get as much XP, basically. The maps available in casual mode are Siege of Cairo and Empire State. While DICE might be looking for a compromise where everyone's happy, if the assignments weren't this insanely hard, this wouldn't be an issue. The developer said they are adjusting it, but even with the introduction of Season 1 that is yet to happen. Given the developer's response to feedback so far, fans are hoping that the challenges will be sorted out soon. Reviving 75 teammates in one match is OD. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not just adjust some of the challenges that are like OD? Getting 100,000 headshots or 100 revives in one game. Like, I agree. Like, that's OD. Like, instead of overhauling the whole game and just throwing a whole new game mode in there to make it like ultra. Because I don't think people are looking for that. They're looking for like balance. It seems almost like an overcorrection. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is still what's the word I'm looking for? It's optional. You don't have to do it. It's just something, you know, if you want to play in a more relaxed situation, you don't feel like sweating all the time. Now you can play a half bot lobby, kind of like Titanfall with attrition. The difference is there are not giant mech suits. They tried the same shit with 2042, so I don't know why they're shocked. Or like get a sniper headshot from 200 meters. Yeah. Maybe they thought that people would be up to the challenge, but I think what game devs are forgetting is they've created this casual space. I would argue the moment microtransactions became dominant in the gaming space, where you could just pay for everything instead of having to unlock it, you created a much more casual space. And that's why they're complaining. It feels like it's too hard. Me personally, I miss the days when a new character would pop up in a shadowy figure and say a new challenger has arrived, but people don't like that shit no more. We have a generation of gamers that grew up just paying for shit, and this idea of working is just too much. Why should I play my game? I'm not saying some of them aren't OD though. But yeah, that's Battlefield. Saints Row news. A Saints Row prequel is going back to its root and might actually happen as its original director works on a pitch to get the band back together. The question is, do we want this, chat? I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I care anymore. I'm gonna read along. The original director of Saints Row has sparked faint hopes for a return as he teases that he's been asked to put together a pitch for a potential prequel. Chris Stockman, who served as a design director for the first Saints Row game at Volition before moving on to found independent studio Bit Planet Games, tells PC Games In that he's attempting to get the band back together, although things are still very much up in the air. As one of the first big rivals to Grand Theft Auto, there's nothing more lifting than for it to return back alongside Grand Theft Auto 6. I've been asked to create a pitch for a Saints Row prequel, Stockman shared to the game's Reddit page earlier this week. I can't say anything more than that, but my dreams for this game just became a little more than just dreams. We got in touch with Stockman to confirm that what his account is and asked for a little more clarification on his plans for the open world game. He restates that he's aiming to do a prequel, although ads won't say much beyond that yet, as I want to keep my cards close to my chest for now. Maybe like a storyline of what happens before your created character meets Julius. Like maybe like a young Julius. You play a created character alongside a young Julius, maybe in the early days of the Saint. Stockman says he approached the Saints Row IP holder Embracer Group after the interview I did with the Esports Insider created a bit of fever. In mid-October story, he questioned the point of rebooting the series, saying that it wasn't Saints Row at all without the characters people know and love. Now Stockman tells us, I want to bring the Saints Row franchise back to its roots. As you know, I directed Saints Row 1, and I feel the series has strayed way too far from that. I completely understand why they went that way, but in the end, they kind of painted themselves into a corner that couldn't get out of. While I love Saints Row the Third, there's certainly a case to be made that it pushed things down a road of endless escalation. I agree with that. I feel like Saints Row 2 is the sweet spot between silly and realistic storytelling. It's too early in the process to get your hopes up, of course, but Stockman says there is an interest. A pitch has been requested, he adds. I am attempting to get the band back together. If this works, this will be an amazing story, and I hope that it works. Yeah, I feel like they made the series a little too silly, and like he said, once you take that route of escalating things, it's kind of the same problem Dragon Ball has. You have to constantly escalate the situation to make people care. But I don't think that was the main problem with the new Saints Row. The main problem with the last Saints Row, the reboot, is it was just uninspired. And not only was it uninspired, I felt like it was tone deaf. With Saints Row 1, 2, and 3, they were goofy games, but it also still felt like you were part of a gang. Because I mean, like, you know, gang members can have personalities. They can tell jokes and shit like that. But you were still playing like a gangbanger criminal game. The problem with the Saints Row reboot is it was like a criminal empire game, but then you played as like these chronically online brain rot Gen Z gangbangers. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense from a personality standpoint. And then also the gameplay was uninspired. I think it was painfully mid. It was just another open world action game that would have been cool. It would have been cool in the early 2000s, but it was hard to play that game after coming from Grand Theft Auto 5, where it has this whole online ecosystem. Niggas is on the T Grizzly server and shit like that. They made their role playing. It was the story just wasn't good enough, and it was too isolated. They have to have something that can directly compete with Grand Theft Auto. So I think they need, if they don't have a robust online feature set, they're gonna need an immaculate fire story to compete. Because unfortunately, that's just kind of where the games have gone. Like, I mean, we just watched this video from this guy that said that women basically don't need to. Women are killing gaming because they're too emotional. He just conflated all of gaming to multiplayer online experiences, which is the women thing was terrible. But then that point is, it's just so many things wrong with that fucking argument. But that's how a lot of people think. When they think of gaming, they only think of multiplayer live service games because that's what they grew up with, Fortnite. They don't perceive Elden Ring to be a real game. That's like some other shit to them. I don't know why, but I appreciate it, Project Verse. So yeah, I think they need, if they don't have a super fire story, they need a robust online feature set. And if they can get both, But if you wanna suck the fans back in, that's a pitch I would give, because he's saying it's a prequel. Do a prequel storyline with a young Julius, how he came up in the ranks. Maybe you play a created character that works alongside. You're the right hand man of Julius, and then at the end he betrays you. And then at the end of the game, after he betrays you, it leads up to that scene where you meet the gang. I think in the first game you met Julius for the first time in that it was in a cemetery, right? Like, it leads to that point with your created character to kind of show you. Also, you can learn more about Johnny Gad, how he got into the game. So then you can put in what people love from the previous games while also being able to add some new stuff in there. Yeah, at the church. Yeah, that could be like literally the ending, kind of like the ending in Assassin's Creed Rogue. Assassin's Creed Rogue starts where Assassin's Creed, what was the Paris one with the multiplayer? It starts where that one, it ends where that one begins. Like, it connects the stories, basically. Unity. Yeah, they could do some shit like that I think maybe would suck fans in. But just some food for thought. If y'all do it, pay me. Because niggas is watching my streams. I said like 6 months ago when they announced the Run game, who got next? Y'all need to get the NBA license and just call the game The Run, shorten the title. They did both. Somebody's watching my stream. Please let this be real. It's just a pitch. If they really do make a game, we'll be a long way away from it. We'd be years away. But yeah, just know if they do announce a new Saints Row game, remember where you heard it here first. Chun-Li has come to Fatal Fury for all 5 people still playing. Here's the trailer. Come on, fucking load, bro.
Aw, what's wrong? Did I scare you?
Hardly. Now make like a ninja and disappear.
Whoa. I felt kind of like it had some racial undertones to it.
I'm
one of those 5.
Find out who the true Queen of Fighters is?
Sure. Try not to cry when they give me the crown.
All right. That's fucking crazy. That is actually crazy. First of all, in the trailer, they got the big titties versus the big ass fighting, but this is crazy. What fucking good ass game, bro?
Ready? Then show me.
The yams versus the big chested. Absolute cinema. You know, the crazy part is there's some grifter watching this trailer right now. So you see, now this is a game made for the male gaze. This is a real man's, none of that woke shit. Titty to titty, that's what I like. Gaming's back, guys. Yo, chill, psych.
Time to show you some real kung fu.
I feel like her voice acting is kind of like monotone. Why is Chun-Li so thick, though? Well, her entire kit is based around her leg abilities, right? She doesn't skip leg day. Come on, Chad.
I'm ready whenever you're ready. Just say the word and we can hit the bricks.
Yeah, I feel like the voice acting is kind of flat in comparison to Street Fighter. Yeah, it sounds like AI. If you was getting that many reps in on leg day, you'd be thick too.
Fatal Fury. City of the Wolves.
Said, why y'all skipping leg day? This man said, I ain't never seen a Chinese woman built like that. To be fair, most people are not built like that. To be fair. Like, it's like, come on, chat. Like, what the fuck y'all talking about? Y'all copping this shit? I just putting y'all onto it. I ain't putting this shit. Like, when they came out with that Ronaldo DLC, they killed this fucking game. Only AI I want in my life is to build as the Titan from Titanfall. Shout out to Titanfall. Goon's Fury. So she's coming. She is coming. What else I got for y'all? Oh, it's been announced. The NBA 2K League is back. You remember when that shit financially failed, collapsed, and they said we might come back? Well, it looks like it's back. So who's ready to see another 2,000 on average concurrent viewers during a 2K League game and the entire chat saying I should be in the league because I'm better than X, Y, and Z player? Who's ready?
First day on the job. So much to do. What do? I won't let you down, Adam. Oh, I literally just let you down. Can I help you?
Guidelines, rules, and regulations.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
Well, you do know about the 2K League and what a commissioner does, right?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Hypothetically, right, if I didn't know what the commissioner did, what do they do?
Just to give you an idea, the NBA 2K League is a gaming universe with your favorite NBA players, celebs, and creators.
Easy.
Brought to you by ESPN Bets. You know, it's crazy. I would not be surprised with this reboot if they do implement Prize Picks or DraftKings, whatever's the hot gambling app, FanDuel. I would not be surprised to generate, because I mean, that was one of the issues, right? They weren't generating revenue. That's why they shut that shit down. I can see a world where you could bet on digital games.
People. Simple enough.
Got one. You got one?
My guy Halliburton.
Jesser, what's up, fam?
What's going on?
Yo, what's going on, Jesser? How you doing, buddy?
Long time no see. Toonie Lee.
Jesser? How did you get my number? But hey.
I need the most wild ideas you can think of. What do y'all got?
You gotta have NBA players actually playing for their teams.
That is an S tier idea.
You have to get.
Back in the day, the 2K League was on Prize Picks for 3 days only before the league players fucked it up and ran it up. Oh, you know what? I remember reading about that. They were running scams or something like that on there.
I love it.
Every single time somebody gets dunked on, they get punched in the face.
Oh, gosh. More ideas like that. Woo! I'd say that went pretty well. As Commissioner-in-Chief, I declare this will be the greatest season of the 2K League yet. we'll have your favorite creators making videos, epic live stream showdowns, 4 amazing tournaments, and for the first time ever, NBA players representing NBA teams. I am super pumped for this because any 2K player will have a chance to compete in this league. Welcome to the Chaos.
Wait, did he say any player?
Teams. I am super pumped for this because any 2K player will have a chance to compete in this league. Welcome to the Chaos League.
Huh. We'll be keeping an eye on that. What does that mean? Are they gonna have like, instead of, because for those who didn't follow the 2K League, they did it in the same manner of like the NBA, where every year they would have a draft. It lasted like 5 years, I think, and they would live stream the draft. It was actually pretty cool. I thought it was cool to see people, you know, succeed despite the problems with the league. Are they saying that it's going to be open to anybody who signs up? Because how are you going to manage that? Because it's a lot of people trying to make it out their mama basement playing NBA 2K, and most of them have us in. If anybody can join, that means most likely the tryouts will be online. How are you gonna keep a monitor to that, like all the cheaters in? I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on this. GI in the 2K League, we would never be in the 2K League. We're not that good. We're casual players. Unlike that guy in that video who was upset and said all women are the reason he can't get a win in fucking Marvel Rivals. I know when I'm not good at a game, or I'm not on that high level. Like, there's no ego involved with me. Could have in-game tournaments where a certain number of people get in through qualifying. Yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on this. They haven't made an announcement on any of the rules or anything like that. This will be interesting. Let's see if they actually announced anything. Welcome to the Chaos League. We've got some news. They're definitely leaning into the whole celebrity thing, you know. I will say, what does the 2K League have to? I'm not trying to be mean, but what is Tyrese makes sense. He's injured, but he also plays basketball. He's not busy, so that makes sense. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand why she's there. Love Suni, great athlete, go America. But what does she have to do with the 2K League? I can see a lot of people saying that. Same thing with Demetrius. Love Demetrius, great fighter, beat a nigga ass. Nigga beat my ass. What does he have to do with basketball? That's the only thing I would say. It just seems like we're just getting celebrities. Like, I think you should get people in the culture to get people excited. Bring in faces from the 2K community. Or like celebrities that actually are part of the basketball candy. You said Suni is the eye candy. I mean, you could get a WNBA player. You can get a chick from the 2K League and all this other stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's the type of stuff that makes people side eye. Like, they just trying anything. You know, the guy got exposed already for throwing those games he was complaining about. I can see cheating and throwing games and gambling with the 2K League being super easy. I mean, because they're gamers, bro. Who's to say that somebody who's on a team doesn't call their mans up and be like, yo, today I'm gonna be playing on the main stage. I'm gonna throw the game. I'm gonna play bad. Like, normally I go 5 for 5. I'm gonna go 1 for 5, bro. Hey, bet on that shit. And then they split the profit. Put 100,000 down on it, and then they split the profit. Like, it'd be easy to hide that shit in comparison to like real world athletes. That's dead ass how it went. See, yeah, that's the problem with this shit. Am I going to the Dodgers parade? Nah, I don't feel like getting blown up. But shout out to the Dodgers. Shout out to the Dodgers. Oh shit. I don't follow baseball. The only reason I knew the Dodgers won is because I was like, these niggas shooting outside. They were shooting fireworks. I was like, oh yeah, the baseball. Like, they won. I was like, niggas. That's right. Okay, the Dodgers was playing. My bad. Saw the clip. Shit was crazy. Yeah, they were setting cars on fire out there and shit. It was looking like Philadelphia. I was like, no, thank you. I'm glad y'all love y'all baseball, but I'm good, bro. But we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see what other announcements